Hello, and welcome back to Wisdom from the Angels. Hi, my name is Carolyn. I'm an energy intuitive, and I channel messages from the angelic realm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so that you will get an email notification of future videos when they're uploaded. And if you are an oldie but goodie, welcome back. It's great to see you again. Don't forget to like and to share with someone who may need this message. I hope that you're having a wonderful day and that everything is going well in your world. This is August 8th. I don't normally date my videos, but this is a special day. This is Lionsgate. What is Lionsgate? Lionsgate is a portal that happens on August 8th of every year. It is a very powerful portal. And what is a portal? A portal is when the veil between the two worlds is much thinner than it normally would be. It is a great time for releasing. It is a great time for manifesting. And the Lionsgate portal this year began around July 26th and will end around August the 12th, with today, August 8th, being at the height of Lionsgate. It is a time when, in ancient times, there was a sacred geometry was formed between Sirius, and I just had a brain freeze, and the pyramids, and what is the other star? Oh my God. Oh, I think it was Pleiades. Anyway, those particular formations led the ancients to see this as a time of harvest, a time of asking for exactly what you want, and then going about doing the actions necessary to obtain it. So today I decided to use a new deck that's new to the channel. It's called Work Your Light Oracle Cards by Rebecca Campbell. And Rebecca is, if I'm not mistaken, an astrologist. This particular deck, this particular oracle deck, is all about joining your earth body, your earth existence with the realms, the spiritual realms. And it is about you having, I'm starting to get tingly, and it is about you having the ability to ask a question and get guidance. Now, yes, that happens with all readings and with all decks, but specifically the reason why this one is so important is because this is one about the soul and what the soul is truly asking for. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the session, and then I'll come back and talk to you about the deck, okay? All right, so the word I keep hearing is transformation. I wanted to share one of my stones with you that stays on my altar, and it is called a celestite. And it is a crystal that when you hold it, connects you to the angelic realm. And I have a bigger piece, but it's a little heavy, so I left that on my altar. But I work with the crystals, especially when I am doing pulls for clients and when I am working with clients. At times I do need to go ahead and use that stone. So let's get into this reading. Let's see what our souls are being called for. Now, this particular deck is divided up into 5 categories, and each category has its own mission. So we're going to start off from the category of inquiry. Now, this deck has been cleared. I've already done the shuffling. What I waited to do with all of you was to pull the cards for today, okay? So this is going to be the inquiry. Okay, let's make some room here. So we've got crystals, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so let's see. Give us an answer, give us an answer, give us an answer. What is our soul calling for? What are we asking for guidance on? Okay, all right. All right, so it says, Who or what is triggering you? I don't know if you can see that clearly. Okay. It looks like some people playing, and at the water's edge, it actually looks like. But the question that is being asked, what are we seeking guidance on? Who or what is triggering you? Which is really kind of cool, given that it is Lionsgate, a time where we are releasing, a time where we may be activated, a time where we can talk to our ancestors. We can talk to people who have passed over. It is a time where we can ask for their strength and their guidance moving forward. It's a time where if you're working on a project, or you are trying to do a transformation, or you may be trying to turn your entire life around and go in a different direction, it's a great time to ask for that guidance from the angels, okay? And from the spiritual realm. I didn't do an incantation today because I'd already done it earlier. Okay, so we're going to now look at, who or what is triggering you. Let's get confirmation around what that is about. Okay, who and what is triggering you? 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 Okay. The ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Okay? So it's a beautiful rose. And it looks like a rose that is still unfolding. It actually almost looks like a peony. And I'm not familiar with flowers, so I'm not sure if they're in the same family, but that does look like a peony. I know because I bought many of them for my daughter. She's a Leo and she loves peonies. Okay, so that's our confirmation. It says the ever unfolding rose. Whatever is happening, whatever is being triggered, whatever is coming up, whatever is going on in your life that is bringing up energies that make you think, get your attention, that lead you in a different way than you're normally used to going in. Whenever that is being triggered, that's your soul, that's your spirit saying, let's pay attention. Let's look within. Let's get some more answers because we're needing more answers. Okay? Now that that has come up, let's find out what physical action should we start to take. What physical action should we start to take? What physical action should we start to take? What physical action? Oh, okay, we're not taking all three. What physical action should we start to take? Give us an answer. 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 Okay, angels. Okay, take that one. Okay, it keeps coming out. All right. So this says soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Now, this is not necessarily your family of origin. This could be people around you who you consider your family, people around you who you look to for support, people who are there, you know, they're sitting right there like, I'm right here with you, girl. Start to call those people in because you just may need to have that good heart-to-heart talk with somebody about what is going on. And it may not be the person that you're being triggered by, but maybe have a sounding board conversation with someone, someone you feel that you can trust. If you don't have someone like that in your family or in your friend circle, then hopefully you have a coach or you have a therapist or someone who you can really talk to, who you can bounce back ideas off of, someone who can perhaps show you a different perspective, okay? All right? Not saying that anything's wrong with your perspective, but sometimes when we're triggered, it's very difficult to see through what's really going on, okay? So let's see. What energies do we need to focus on activating so that we can begin to really heal and come from a place of empowerment, of authenticity, a place that we can really feel like we are showing up as ourselves? And they said, take the top one. Okay, again, It says, Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancestors stand beside you. So early in the reading, remember I said, call on your ancestors. You may not know them by name, but what you can say is, ancestors come forth to support me. Ancestors who can provide guidance, come forth. Ancestors who would like to see me succeed, come forth. I need support, or I desire support right now. Okay? And let's see. Whew, what energies would we really, truly like to look at as we are being transformed? Because when we're going through these transformations, anytime you're getting energy work done, especially if you're working with an energy worker who works with the angelic realm and they work on cellular memory, and I'm a master instructor of IET, which is integrated energy therapy. I'm also a Reiki master, so as well as Lahochi, as well as Lemurian healing. So when I do a session, I do a combination session. It's an integrative session, is more like it. And I go where the angels place my hands, really. I've been in session where, there's a certain place where you're supposed to put your hands, and all of a sudden my hands are being moved, and I didn't move them. So that's the angels working with me to say, let's try it a different way for this particular client and their situation. All right. So this is saying, Akasha, your situation is divinely guided. Now, what that means is that some of you may not know what the Akashic records are. The Akashic records are, think of it as a scroll and a big library that has our soul's entire blueprint on. It has the lessons that they've gone through, the lessons they still need to learn or want to learn or desire to learn, as well as the situations. So there is a thought that before we come here and before we have emotions and feelings, we sit down with the council of light or love, and we decide that we are going to, or council of beings, let's just say that, and we decide together and co-create together this life that we are coming back in to incarnate in. And so we pick our parents, we pick out the type of lifestyle we want to have, we pick out background that we may want to be involved with. Maybe we want to come back this time as a religious person versus in the previous lifetimes where we weren't, and we felt excluded, or we felt that we were persecuted because we weren't part of a group. May want to decide to come back instead of living in America. If you've lived in America before, you might want to live in South America. These are the kinds of decisions that are made prior to your incarnating, because at that time you still haven't picked your parents. And that's a thought. That's a thought that is out there as to how we incarnate back into our lives. But the Akashic records do hold the blueprint of our lives, and it does hold the blueprint of what we were desirous of in this lifetime. And there are people who can read your Akashic records and let you know exactly what is going on and why you're having some of the situations that may be arising in your life. Now, if you're someone who's simply going to just step out on faith and say, I'm having this life and I'm going to make the very, very best of it, then maybe you aren't up for an Akashic reading. But this whole reading is about you coming into and working through a situation that has triggered you on some level, and get guidance around it. The universe continues to give us lessons. That's one of the great gifts they give us, is that when you don't learn a lesson the first time, they're like, okay, we're going to do it differently the next time, and the next time, and the next time, until you learn the lesson. And it may take lifetimes before you learn the lesson. But if you do not stop and just look at it for a moment, and it doesn't mean you have to suspend everything you believe about it, but just look at it from a different place than you've looked at it from before, a different perspective, you will start to see different opportunities or perspectives from where you can come from a place of strength. And this is saying, go ahead. What is triggering you? And it may not be a person. It may be a situation. It may be, for example, the pandemic. It could be that you're being triggered by COVID. It could be that every time you get a cough or a sneeze or a temperature, you go, oh, do I have COVID? And you're trying to figure out, why do I respond this way? Why do I feel this way? And yes, it's very real feelings that you're having. It's not to put you down or make fun of you. Understand that, please. But it is for you to examine, why does this keep coming up? You know what? On some level, I'm really afraid of becoming ill. I'm afraid of what can happen. Given all they've said about it, it really is upsetting for me. Just admitting that to yourself, that's a lot. And start to unpack that. If you've lost family members, of course you're going to be nervous about getting sick, okay? And it says here on the ever unfolding rose that what is happening to you is happening. It's not happening to you. It is happening for you. A lot of times we think, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? I remember when someone very close to me became ill, and we talked about it for months. Why did this happen to me? I was doing this, I was doing that, I was doing this. And I said, well, have you ever thought maybe you are a lesson for someone else? So instead of maybe, why is this happening to you? Why is it happening for you? Maybe it's time to take those lemons and make lemonade. There's a thought. And if you're unsure, and there's dolphins in the background, if you can see this clearly, the sun has changed, so I'm getting a good sense now to do my readings in the morning or at night with extra light. Anyway, sorry about that. That's not your business. That's not something you need to worry about. The dolphins are showing a sign of playfulness. Dolphins are very powerful. And it's saying, go and talk to your soul family. Get support. Dolphins support each other. Okay? Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And you can see the support that's coming in. This is an angel, but there are also ancestors who are just waiting to help you out. And they're waiting to be there for you. And this right here looks like an ancestor is supporting this person. So imagine that this is you, and there's your ancestor, and the angels are behind them. And just imagine all the support that is out there if you ask for the support you desire. And it is saying here, this is divinely guided. This is divinely guided. And why do we have divine guidance? So that we can begin to really step into our authenticity. And things happen for us to grow. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this deck. It is called the I Am Personal Power Affirmations. And I think on a day like today, especially with it being such a powerful portal, and one that doesn't happen every day, it only happens once a year. We get this kind of thinning of the veils at, I think, Cinco de Mayo, the 8/8 portal, and Halloween. So we have several different opportunities throughout the year to use this energy. Why not use it well? I mean, this week started off with the full moon in Aquarius. And it has been a week for a lot of people. We started back in July with all the eclipses and with the black moon and with, other new moons and planets being retrograde and Mercury being retrograde and a lot of planetary shifting going on right now. And if we're going to think about it from the standpoint of how can I use this energy wisely, okay, that's a way that you can begin to empower your life so that you can have that life that you are dreaming of. Okay? All right, so give us some guidance. Give us some guidance. Give us some guidance. Give us guidance. Okay, we only want, okay, well, you want me to have two? All righty. For those of you who really have identified your life's purpose, this card says, I am serving my life's purpose. Someone is serving their life's purpose. That is all you can ask of anyone. I believe that people who are serving their life's purpose are the people that get up every day excited to go be of service to others. This says, I am grounded and at peace with myself and others. So you might be wondering, how do you get grounded? How do you go within and just get peace? Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about getting grounded. What does that mean? Getting grounded means that we are in our strength. We feel powerful. We feel content. There is a peace that comes within, a calmness. When we feel kind of like this, we feel triggered, we feel like, ugh, or we feel very much like we're just, frustrated or just feeling very overwhelmed. There is something you can do for yourself. You don't have to go see anyone else to do this, okay? Bring your hands to your heart, or sit there with your hands, palms facing up to receive, okay? Close your eyes and get comfortable. Take some deep, deep breaths. And they can be what they're in yoga is called Buddha belly breathing, where you breathe so much you push your stomach out like Buddha, and then you pull it all the way back in when you are exhaling. So breathe in, inhale, exhale. Do that 3 or 4 times, okay? Now, take your right hand, put it on your left knee. Take your left hand, put it on your right knee. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor and sit like that for a few minutes. Now, you may need to do that while you're at a stoplight. You may need to do that when people are just pushing your buttons at work. You may need to do that a few times a day. But if you sit down someplace, plant your feet on the ground. I mean, you can even do it standing up too, I guess. Yeah, you could. But make sure you don't have any balance issues. And just, what does that do? It switches up the energy in your body. And your body is smart enough to recalibrate itself. How do we call in the angels when we need support? We bring our hands to our heart. We take 3 or 4 deep, deep, deep breaths, and we can do the Buddha belly breathing then too. And then we just talk to the angels. Angels, I give you permission to come into my life. I give you permission to come into my life and provide me with guidance, provide support, show me the way, bring me clarity, bring in the people and circumstances and conditions that will allow me to see myself through this situation. Angels, I need support. Angels, you can ask for anything. Ask for something small and see if it happens. Angels, I need a parking space. I'm going to CVS and I want a space when I get there. Start to just play with it so that you develop a confidence. Also, the more you work with the angels, the more they will come through and work with you. They don't mind. They're there. Call on them, honestly. And the reason that I am pleading with people to start calling on the angels is that we are living in some pretty interesting times. As the Chinese say, that's a curse. I don't see it that way, but they do. I see it as an opportunity. We're living at a time of opportunity where we really have the option to live in love or fear, love or hate, peace and tranquility or frustration. We have the opportunity right now to experience joy even when it doesn't make sense. Why? Because we have support. We have support from the universe. We have support from our angelic realm, from the angelic realm. We have support from our spirit squad. Some people call it the God squad. We have support from the ascended masters. We have support from the Pleiadians, the Starseeds, the Lemurians, the Atlanteans, from other galactic beings that really wish us nothing but the best. Let's start to utilize our gifts. Let's start to really show up and shine in the world. Because that is what is being called as part of this new awakening here on planet Earth. And you can't, you really have to get clear with what is your intention. What is the intention you are setting for your life? It's very difficult to manifest something when you're coming from a place of angst, anxiety, lack, and with the underlying feeling of, this is not going to work out. What am I asked for? This is not going to work out. Now, here's what the angels will not do. They will not interfere with your free will. And they cannot bring something to fruition for you when you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs. You have got to be an active participant, because why? You are co-creating with the universe for exactly what you truly, truly desire. Okay? So, I want you to sit with that and remember, I am serving my true life's purpose, and I am grounded and at peace with myself and others. Because remember, at the end of the day, you are never alone. You may feel alone, but you're not alone. You're not alone. The universe is working on your behalf all the time. We just weren't taught that. We were taught very different things growing up, and those things have stuck with us. What we weren't taught is that we have support, and we have support from the angelic realm. We have support from our soul families. We have support from asking the angels to come in and get the flock in here. For those of you who've been around for a while, thank you for coming back. Everyone, thank you for joining me today. And I hope you enjoyed the video on Lady and Coco. I happen to think they're pretty little special pups. And I look forward to talking to you again on another episode of Wisdom from the Angels. This is the episode for Lionsgate Weekend. All right, take care, best wishes, and namaste.